The Lord of the Rings trilogy returning to theaters, remastered, and extended in June. I've probably watched these movies 100 times but haven't seen them in theaters since they first came out. May have to make this a thing. Time to dust off my OL Endgame catheter for this. In the Jumanji universe, it's entirely possible that if you die in the game, you're simply returned to reality unharmed and escape. We never find out because all characters assume that you die IRL if you die in the game. That's the point of the horror of it though. You don't know, and who the hell is gonna try just to find out? Even if they did, you can't get that info to the ones still stuck inside. So they wouldn't learn about it either. You know it's exactly the same in this universe, right? It's interesting, as with Robin Williams as a boy he spent about 20 years in the jungle of Jumanji, and when they finished the game, everything returned to normal and he was a boy again. So, if you die while playing the game, how can you finish the game? So I'm pretty sure you die for real. Richard Simmons dead at 76. He devoted his life to helping people get into better shape, be healthier and happier. That's a hell of a legacy. I will miss his true IDGAF energy. He had whoever on his show just vibing and enjoying being active, no matter what they looked like. Really going to miss his light. I remember my mom playing his Sweat into the oldies videos when I was younger. I always thought he was a little cookie, but I'll be damned if his energy wasn't infectious. Had me hitting those steps along with her. His episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway will remain to be the funniest thing ever to be on TV. The only thing rivaling it was the Robin Williams episode. TCW was really good at designing character. GIF. That's why the clones couldn't look her in the face when they gave her back shots. First image of David Corenswet as Clark Kent/Superman in James Gunn's Superman. Seems like they are trying to hide the underwear, lol. But it's there. Interesting choice, being less skin tight and more of a looser/relaxed fit. Yo, wait a minute, I think that's Clark Kent, WTF. His suit says he fights real dirty. His super hearing lets him count how many people are dying by the second while he takes his sweet ass time slowly getting suited up. Oscar was so wrong not to let Michael correct the honest mistake with the walkathon donation. It is kind of a dick move, but, if Michael was my boss, especially season 1 Michael, I wouldn't let him off the hook either. Also, it's charity. It's not like Michael entered into some legal obligation. He could pay whatever he wanted. Who in the fuck thought this was a good plot to explore? Gotta portray that Andy is an idiot, but not a criminal. That's why it wasn't a reoccurring theme. Imo. They really shredded it? They didn't do anything illegal. They just drove around smashing mailboxes. Yeah, but it gave us Lord, beer me strength, and to me that's worth it. Pamela Hayden, the voice of Milhouse, retires from The Simpsons after 35 years. Is this the untimely end of Milhouse? So this is what it feels like when doves cry. I figured it was only a matter of time. Milhouse sounds way different in newer episodes. The Acolyte cancelled, no season 2 for Disney Plus' Star Wars series. I guess the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise really is a story they won't tell us. I'll never understand how production costs have went 10x, but they've destroyed the concept of a writer's room, and having writers through production and editing, because it's too expensive. Why would you invest $250 million in development without having a great story in place? The power of one season. The idea of Darth Plagueis hiding in a cave is so funny to me. Darth Bortles got the girl. Win in my book. David Wallace is onto something. So many financial crimes committed on the show. More concerning would be if he gets the bonus features and sees Dwight give Jim and Pam 4 years, or whatever it was, of severance when they were going to quit. Just overheard my son and his friends start their own game development studio. It's been an hour, and they're already in a lawsuit crisis meeting. My son was involved in the tutorial site for Warcraft modding many years ago. My wife came into the kitchen and he was at the table with his head in his hands, age 13 or 14, and said, "Do you have any idea how hard it is to manage an international group with big attitudes and from countries that hate each other?" Great discussion followed. My wife, at the time, managed an international team of designers in B2B software land. They seem more mature than most business leaders. First image of Stephen Yoon and Matt Berry in Bubble and Squeak, accused of smuggling cabbages into a nation where cabbages are banned. A couple must confront the fragility of their new marriage while on the run for their lives. I will watch anything with Matt Berry in it. They are not the couple, FYI. I didn't grow up with Disney films, so I watched 72 of them to catch myself up. Treasure Planet is full of tropes because it's based on Treasure Island, the book that invented the tropes it's aping, lol. You take back calling my boy Gaston forgettable this instant. Did you get to watch a Goofy movie? It's a well-beloved classic. Just curious, did you watch the animated Robin Hood and your thoughts on it if you did? That low rating for the animated Mulan is probably the most controversial thing I see. What was your complaint? Kamala Harris CNN Town Hall draws 3.3 million viewers, on PAR with Trump Fox News Town Hall. Not American, is that good, bad, or neutral? 3 accounts are responsible for over half of the front page posts on this subreddit. Op is a marketing account, so if you're wondering where your political donations are going, this is where. First image of Christian Bale as Frankenstein in Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Bride. Bale actually sewed himself for the role. Just as a joke for horror fans, a Frankenstein movie should intentionally state the monster is named Frankenstein and the doctor is known as Frankenstein's mad scientist. Like and subscribe.